me send out this link to Gene Vaughn. We can get started. So here. Man, I should have just left that Euro into each. And we canceled that Euro NZD and it ended up dropping pretty heavy, man. I regret taking it off. Just left it on there. It's all good though. Shit happens. That sucks. It was like it was doing pretty good too. Let's see, our GC over here is pushing back up. Our GN over here actually pulled down a little bit, but I got out in profit already. So I got out at TP2. I was thinking about re-entering right here, but I'm probably not going to re-enter now because it's dropped quite a bit. So I'm just waiting for Gene Vaughn to enter this room, and then we can start this one-on-one mentorship with him. So I'm just hanging out, guys, until Gene Vaughn makes it to the session. So let me see where he's at. See where Gene Vaughn is, he said. Yo. See if he's gonna make it here. That's weird. Says he can't join. Sure. Let me go ahead and try this again real quick. What's up, City? Yeah, bro. You see that? Man, some BS, right? It came down, spiked. It just wicked down there, and it shot right back up in profit. Fucking Trump, man. Trump just had to say something and push price down, unfortunately. Some BS, right? All right, let me get this link again for Gene Vaughn. Same link. Try that one. It's the same link though. All right, let me see. I'm waiting for Gene Vaughn. He's having some issues getting on the Zoom. So let me see if he get on. I think he. Oh, here he goes. See, I think it's loading right now. Hey, Gene Vaughn, can you hear me? I think you're muted right now.
Hello.
Hey, bro. Hey, can you hear me, bro?
Hey, man. What's up, man?
Man, how you been, bro? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Bro, you should hear. I said, wow. Man, Man, it's good to hear from you, man. How you been, bro?
Been good, man. It's been busy. I don't. I feel like we haven't talked in like maybe a week or two, right? Last time we had.
Yeah, man, it felt longer than that, bro. But yeah, it could have been like around like two, maybe two, but it's been long, man. Man, that I'm so thankful I didn't wake up early enough to catch on that trade.
Man, so it was crazy. I don't know if you were seeing this right now because we had some people are here on the live chat. They were following it too. We took the trade right here, and then Trump just decided to say something right here at 8 o'clock. And man, this thing came down heavy. So we
You know
dropped.
what's crazy? I was just like before we got on the computer, I was just like rewatching just to see what happened, and like you was like you was doing so much things at one time. You was like, oh damn, fuck, my FTMO messed up, and then
Oh
oh
yeah,
damn,
you were on there.
Trump said this, and you was like just, and then you trying to answer people questions, and you was just like trying to like just stay focused and be in like one area, and then like I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah, and it was like yeah, because I'm glad that my other FTMO didn't wasn't working because then I would have had the loss on 3 accounts. So good thing it was just two, so it's not as bad as it could have been. But man, this thing spiked down like literally just spiked down and it came straight back up. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at it and it did at the bottom of the market. It see it did like it did a double tweezer. I think they call it double tweezers, and then the market shot the opposite direction. I'm actually looking at US 30 and I'm thinking like is right now at its highest peak. So I wonder if that's a good time to hop in for a quick little sale.
I mean, it's still got a way to go. The all-time high is gonna be right here, I think. So it's got a while, but it's probably gonna drop again at some point because it is pretty high. So it's like ranging within this area. I don't know if you can see my screen right here, but it's ranging within these two price points right here. So it might drop, it might not, but I'm not really sure because the last time it was at a high was at on the 7th. So it was about a week ago. So it's or less than a week ago actually. It's only the 12th. But it's currently at a resistance right now. So if it breaks above here, it might push up a little higher, retest that new high, and then might drop, or it might drop from here too as well. But I'm not gonna advise anyone to enter any trades right now. I'm probably gonna wait until like maybe London session or even New York session tomorrow because Asia sessions is really slow. It's probably just gonna go sideways from now until then, and then midnight my time. I think 3 o'clock your time. It'll probably start to choose a direction.
Okay. Did you beat the pullback or did you put in the sell loss for you?
Oh, for this one right here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was thinking about hopping back in. Like I was right when it triggered my stop loss, I was like, all right, I gotta hop back in. But I didn't because I don't want to get caught in any like, the market's just moving weird today. Like when the market's moving like this, I'd rather just sit out of it than get greedy and try to hop back in and make my money back. Because I know I'm gonna make it back eventually. It might not happen today, but it might happen tomorrow, the day after, something like that. So I personally would just stay out the market. And I didn't catch any of my any other profits after this. But I did hit the full TP from yesterday. Did you take that trade from yesterday?
Um, wait.
So I called a.
Man, to be real, like, since I've been dealing with my daughter, I've been like trying to like catch it. So it's like, bro, I'm literally waking up in the morning, listening to you while I'm like getting her ready for school, and
Yeah.
it's like I be missing it, man. But I was able to hop in yesterday. I made like a quick like $65. I was like, it's better than nothing. And then just I said I'll just catch Shawn another day. And then it's like the same thing happened again today with my daughter. And then you telling me like, oh, that's a good thing you didn't hop in today, bro, because this, that, and the third, because of Trump. I was like, thank God. So I feel like every day I miss, I've just I'll come back for another day and just try to make that money back.
Exactly. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. Because yesterday that trade went for a long time too. It was this one right here. I took this trade and I was holding on to it like all day. And then finally in the morning, it hit full TP. So I made profit off that. And I also made profit off the GBP CHF position right here. So I made 200 off that. I made about like 2,400 on the US 30 yesterday, and then another 2200 on the US 30 yesterday. So it's not too bad because I took that loss today, but I made more profits yesterday to cover today's loss. I'm
Yeah,
strong.
that trade you called yesterday, that was pretty impressive. Cause I was looking at it and I was like, oh, you hear all the haters in the comment like, yeah, it's gonna reverse and all that bull. And then you're like, hey, you was confident. You was like, hey, listen, if you got put your chart to the test if you gonna talk, you feel me? And I was like, oh, okay, this man confident. And then, people were starting to get worried because it did do that little pullback. And then it was like, boom, it just shot up and hit TP1. I was like, okay. And I was like, I know Shawn sipping his cup with his pinky in the air, like, yeah, I thought so, because I knew what I was saying. You feel me? So I'm like, okay,
Exactly.
that man is the GOAT.
Yeah, so like yeah, for that position yesterday, it went for a long time, but I knew it was gonna hit full TP because the thing is we don't didn't draw down the whole day. It was literally in profit the whole day. It was just bouncing around that whole time. So I was like, all right, it's just gonna take some time. And then it got to a point, it finally hit full TP like at 140. Thankfully, I was asleep at the time and I woke up to like some profits. I was like, all right, cool, woke up in a good mood, set the day off right. And then this happened. It was all good because I'm still in profit overall for the day since that TP hit like at 1 a.m.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, but going can you teach me your strategy of how you do this? Cause like it looks, bro. I mean, like, I'm not trying to make something look complicated. Like, when you overthink things, it's just like, don't overthink it. But can you like just give me a rundown of like how you trade?
Like for like Forex or for US 30 or what are you looking for?
Um, well, yeah, I'm gonna stick to US 30, but yeah, just like how you trade. Like, I'm seeing that you what's the word? Yeah, like you're like the indicators and everything. I just like I have a foundation of trading. I've been doing it for a year, but upon strategy, like I've never been consistent. So, your strategy's been killing the game. So I really want to like learn how you trade.
Yeah, definitely, bro. So like basically, um, I only apply one strategy for US 30 because I just take that one trade a day. I don't trade it like throughout the day like other people. Because the thing is, if you do that and you trade throughout the day, you can make a nice profit in the morning. And then if you keep trading throughout the day, by the end of the night, you be a negative because you could lose all that money. And you could have just, if you just decided not to trade the rest of the day, you could have been good. So I'll just show you the strategy that I use. It's super simple. It's the same one I've been using for for the whole year, basically. I just started trading US 30 back in February. So I've been applying the strategy every day and it's been pretty good. So if you want to keep applying it, it's the same basic strategy I've been applying like during every live session. So basically, I'll just give the requirements right here. Same thing that I've been going over. K² daily US 30 strategy. And it's real simple. You just look for entries after 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is the New York Stock Exchange Open. You're on the East Coast, right? So it's probably going to be 9:30 a.m. EST. After that, you're going to take the look for the first valid K2 signal, and then you're going to enter on the open of the following candle. And you're just going to set stop loss TP at 1500 pips, which is the sweet spot. So basically right here, I have this marked up at 6:30 a.m. That's the New York Stock Exchange Open. And then we're going to turn on the momentum indicator, which is the K2TS. And then from there, we're just going to look for the first valid entry. So like right here, the first valid candle, first valid signal candle. So right here, we have the first valid signal candle, which is a buy signal with a green bullish candle. So basically for it to be valid, it has to be green and green. So this is green and green right here. This would be red and red right here. So these are both valid. This would be invalid because it's a red sell signal with the green bullish candle. So it's not red and red. So that'd be invalid. This is also green and red. So it's invalid. This would be valid. It's green and green. This would be valid. It's green and green, et cetera, et cetera. So like right here, the first requirement, we look for the entries after 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which should be right here. So that's requirement number one. Requirement number two is that we look for the first valid K2 signal. So right here, we have a valid buy signal since it's a green buy signal with a green bullish candle. So once we have those two set up right there, as soon as this candle closes, you could enter on the open of the following candle. So like right here, we enter a long position. We place our TP and stop loss at 1500 pips. And then we pretty much just let it run. And that's pretty much it. So did you get that right there?
Yes, I did. But damn, like for some trades, I see you put on the green, like the green signal will come up, but like okay, like say for instance, like you'll see a green signal and then you'll know like okay, even though it says green, you be like you say like don't take it, guys. Like
oh yeah. So I mean I use other factors because I know how to read the news. So you know, I'm following the news and I'm making sure there's nothing going on that's affecting it. So like stuff like that, it just takes repetition. Like you have to just follow the news and understand how like stuff reacts to the news. Like for today, it was kind of my bad that I took, well, not necessarily because Trump did talk, but I wasn't sure if that was going to really, you know, affect the market one way or another because it wasn't like one-sided. It's not like if there's like bad COVID news, it'll go like one direction, right? Or if there's something that happens in the stock market, it goes one direction. For like Trump, it could go one way or the other. So for that, I didn't take that specific trade. But for like this right here, I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do to determine whether to take that trade. Like right here, I probably would have looked to see if there was a nice rejection. There's no K2SRs down here, so I'll probably go on the higher time frame, like maybe the 15, maybe the 30. I'm just trying to find zones that are on the bottom right here below this this structure to see if there's like a nice rejection point from there. So like for example right here, if I mark this up and then I go back on the 10-minute, actually no, it's kind of off. Let me see if I can go like on the higher, because the thing is when you go on the higher time frame, it's kind of hard to get a zone down here. So the problem with this is that you could draw a zone on the 8-hour, but then you'll look at the 10-minute, it's like way off. Because like right here, it looks like it's below price, but then you go on the 10-minute and then you're like, damn, what the hell, it's above price. You get what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
So this is like one thing that you can use, but it's not always going to be accurate or like good to use. Because like, for example, here, the SR right here, we drew this on the 8-hour and it was actually below price. So price was right here, but for whatever reason, we drew the zone here. And then on the 10-minute, it was above it. So sometimes it's not going to line up properly. So this isn't always going to be a good factor when determining that. But for the most part, it's usually based on news. Like, for example, right here, when this is dropping right here, if there was news pushing price down or like indicating that price was going to continue to keep dropping, then I wouldn't have taken it. But for me, like I know how to follow news. So I was able to identify that, you know, it's probably going to swing up from that point. I can't really go back to the news from that date because everything is not really in order here. But like if I was to explain to you like during actual session, I could probably be more in detail with regards to that. But I mean, there's other factors. So one factor is news. One factor is identifying structure. So if you identify some structure down here and you see some sort of rejection. So this is basically what I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for some sort of rejection off this point. Something like that. And then once I see that rejection, I'm like, all right, that's cool, because it's like a tweezer, like you were mentioned earlier, right? So you get the tweezer where price comes down, you have that low low bearish candle, and then it's followed by a strong bullish candle. So there's a lot of different factors that came into this. There was a nice rejection off this point. This is also an engulfing candle. And then on top of that, I guess you could consider this like a small zone as well from this low rejection point. But there's just a lot of different factors that go into it. On top of that, there's another strategy that we've been applying. It doesn't work during the middle of the week because this is a brand new week, right? But I can see what you mentioned where you're saying like, if I saw a green candle and then it was below something like this point right here. So this would be an example of what you just mentioned. Like say we were looking for an entry right here, and then I saw a green candle. I was like, oh, I'm not going to take this trade. And the reason for that is because we're applying the new addition to the strategy. So basically for the new addition, you want price to close above this right here. So the previous signal was a sell. You want this green candle to close above here before you take that. This usually works good like in the middle of the week because the market structure has been created for the week already. But if you're trading it like on a Sunday or on a Monday, it's probably not going to work well because market can move in any direction until, you know, direction's been set for the week. So like, for example, here, I wouldn't have taken this trade, even though it would have came up like that. And then I wouldn't have taken this trade either because price would have to come down here. I don't know if you follow that. Have you followed that strategy that I've been discussing, Shimon?
I have
Gotcha.
not.
Okay. Yeah, because this is what I've been applying. So this is probably what you were referring to. I'm trying to figure out like what you're referring to because I'm not sure what I was talking about that day. If you
That what you did is kind of right, like, but I mean, like, you try to find an example that was close to it, so that was close to it. But I get what you're saying. It's just like you're looking at market structure, and it's just like common sense. Like, okay, like you know what it say to buy low. You know, you're waiting for it to like this is just an indicator, and then you use it from like just looking at the analysis by looking at the chart to be like, okay, the positioning is right, and the indicator, the momentum is right, and you know, like it's like a whole bunch of stuff that factors into it. The positioning of where the engulfing candlestick is.
exactly, yeah. So like one way to do it, like one of the better ways to do it is like whenever you see a signal, just look what happened before that signal. So like for example here, you can see what happened before it, and you can see if there's any hints of it, you know, swinging up. Like for example here, you probably could have taken this for a different reason. Like for one reason that you could have taken it is that you could have seen that this established a low right here, and then it was followed by a couple bullish candles. So it was a bullish candle and then a strong bullish candle right here. So if you identify that, you could have pictured this as something swinging up like right there, have your stop loss below here or something, and then just let it run. And then obviously it would have hit your full TP, right? There's a lot of different ways to analyze it. But something like this just comes with like practice. It's not something that you could really learn by someone teaching you. You kind of have to learn this by experience because, you know, the way I look at the markets and the way you look at the markets are totally different. Like I could identify this, but I'm not sure if you would have seen the same thing, right? Because, you know, the way I look at the markets are way different than how you have because I'm able to see these patterns just by like taking a glance at the market. Like I don't even have to really think about it. But like I mentioned before, if you were applying that other strategy, this would have been like an example for that right here. So like, for example, here you can see that previous signal was a buy signal, right? And then this was a sell. Since this crossed below here, let me just get a horizontal line. Since it crossed below here, this would give you a hint that momentum was swinging in the opposite direction because each of these vertical lines are momentum swings. You can see that just by like taking a quick glance at it. You can see whenever we get a buy signal, price swings up. Then you get a sell signal, price swings down. You get a buy signal. It does a complete opposite every time you get a signal. So like for here, you can see that price swung up once we got that buy signal. And then if the opposite signal ended up closing below that one, which was this line right here, this can indicate that momentum is going to be swinging downwards, right? So if you were to take that trade, you could take a short position right here. And then you could have, you know, hit full TP at that point. But, you know, just like I mentioned, like this is something that you kind of learn with time. It's not something that you could just learn like right off the bat. The more and more you look at the charts, the more and more you apply the strategies, the better you'll get at spotting these things. But, you know, just using the bare basic strategy that I was just discussing earlier, like the entry, like the normal strategy that we were just talking about earlier, if you just apply this every day, you're going to start to see like how market structure is formed. Because you'll see like just using this, you'll probably have like maybe a 76, or actually you have higher than that. You'll probably have like an 80% win rate just applying this every day. And then once you're able to identify structure, identify patterns, identify stuff like that, that's when you can start making a better judgment whether you're going to take a trade or not. Because, you know, your win rate's probably going to be around like 70 to 80% just applying the strategy plain out. But with time, once you start to identify like different things in the market where you shouldn't take the trade, then you'll be able to skip some trades. And when you skip some trades, that'll increase your win rate. But I think from like a normal perspective, if you just back test this strategy every day, you'll see that it almost always hits. So that would be the foundation for you. Like once you get this down and you just apply it every day, you'll start to notice how like the market moves, especially for an asset like US 30, because US 30 moves very specifically. It's not similar to like Forex where it ranges back and forth. Usually every session usually it goes in one direction or the other, and then it has two impulses in between. So like for example here, this is like on Monday, and then this is when Asia market open, and you can see that it usually has two impulses. It'll shoot it'll shoot down once, and then it'll reverse, and it does the same thing every day. If you go back to every market session, you'll start to notice that moves kind of similar. It either has two impulses where it goes in the same direction, or it has two impulses where it goes one way and then it reverses the other way for the next session. Like for example, right here again, the next day, price came down for a bit, and then it shot back up midday. So I'm not sure if that's something that you spotted in the market either, because usually the market will go one way, like halfway through the session, and then halfway through the other session, it'll reverse in the opposite direction.
Like, yeah, like okay, like to be real, like I was with the IML team, and then after when I joined your team, I was like, man, fuck IML. Like, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't even making no money on that team, bro. So I came over here and I started making money. And, I used to use their indicators and stuff like that that used to help me with pivots and all that. But, now I'm on your squad. I'm just like using like Fibonacci and like just like basic shit, like knowing like bullish flags and flag patterns and stuff like that. But I'm trying to master like your strategy as well, because it's just been killing the game. But like you say, with time, bro, like just rocking with you guys, that's the move. But when I was for the course I was on, bro, it had like many different varieties of other tools that you use. So I was just saying, like, like this is the lines is coming down. This is called the K² momentum.
Yeah, it's a K2 momentum indicator. If you add it to your chart, it'll just look like K2 TS. I think that's what it's named on the chart. But if you go to indicators right here, go to Invital and Scripts, it's going to be the K2 Trades proprietary trading system. So this is basically the momentum indicator that we use on here.
Question: why don't you use the other indicator? I mean, like, I know you're profitable off of this one, but just asking.
Well, this one's used for every strategy. The K2TS one, it's used for our entry points for every strategy. So it is used with everything, but for this specific strategy, like every strategy has its own like pros and cons. For this, US 30 is based on momentum. That's why we just trade directly off momentum, and we use the momentum indicator. But these are used for different strategies. Did you look at the other strategies? Because there's a pivot strategy, there's a K2SR strategy, there's an intraday strategy. They're all different. I'm not sure if you took a look at those.
I was looking at the course, and I was just like I'm feeling it, like I was looking at some of them, and I was just like I was trying to keep up with it, like the pivot strategy, the which one was it? It was like one of them that looked like the with the like a moving average one. Was
Oh,
that the pivot?
yeah, that'd be a pivot one. So the thing is, you can use all these indicators if you want. Like you can literally use every indicator, but the thing is, if you add too many requirements to your strategy, you're not going to have any entries because you're going to have too many things that you need to, link up. Like for this, for trading in reality, you got to keep it simple, bro. Because a lot of people they try to make it super complicated where you don't know what you're doing, and then when things don't go out as planned, you're like completely confused. In reality, the market can only go in two directions, right? It can go up or it can go down. Um, so
Right,
like,
right.
well, the people they want to be like, you got to check off this, and that, and then you got to check off this and that, and then if this doesn't check off, then you're not gonna take no trade, right? So the thing is, if you try to add too many things onto your requirements, you're just not going to take any trades because all those requirements are probably never going to link up. And then the one time it does link up and you lose, you're going to be like, damn, this doesn't even work. Why did I wait all that time to take this trade? So the thing is, you can add all these indicators if you want, but you should try to keep it as simple as possible. That's why each strategy is kind of different. but they're also kind of similar in the same situation. Like for example, here, if you're using the pivots, this is the one that you were mentioning, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you were applying this, and you could have, so for this strategy, basically price needs to be above the pivots. You need to see like a retracement pullback and then a rejection off the zones. For right here, you take this trade right here, and then you would have had a full TP on this point, right? If you would have taken this trade. So if you're using the pivot strategy, this would have worked. If you're applying the other strategy, what I was just mentioning to you earlier, where price would have to be above the structure. So like, for example, right here, this was a sell signal, this buy signal is above it. You could have taken that entry right there as well. So you see that this strategy lines up with the pivot strategy. So it's basically the same thing. You're just looking at something else. So the thing is, you can use all these indicators, but they're just not required. So like, for example, right here, if you're using the trend meter down here and you're over here scalping on like the 10-minute, let's change this to the 10-minute right here. So if you're doing this, trading this on the 10-minute, you can see that 3 different K2 strategies have the same exact entry point. So if you're using an intraday strategy, you see it's green and green down here. That'd also be an entry right there as well. So you'd also take a long position right there. So it doesn't really matter which strategy you're applying. They all line up with the same entry point right here. So if you're applying the pivot strategy, this would be a buy entry. If you're applying the I'm probably going to call it the high-low strategy that I haven't really named yet. You would have an entry right here. If you're applying the intraday strategy using the trend meter and the momentum indicator, it still would have the same entry right here as well. So in reality, you can use all these indicators if you want. It's just a matter of, do you want to, right? Because the thing is, if you have too many requirements, you're probably not going to, hit any trades because you're going to be too, like if you're looking for so many requirements to be hit, it's just going to make you think too much, right? And when you think too much with trading, it's like you either miss the trade or you think too much and then you enter late and then you're like, damn, you second think it because you're like, oh, I shouldn't have entered that trade because I was 100% about it. So that's why for this strategy, all I use is, that one, just the one indicator, because it pretty much lines up with all the other ones as well. You kind of get where I'm going with this?
Yes, sir. Hey,
Yeah.
man, you need a like 1 year, man. You need to have like a K2 meetup, like at a building, like a big like like Renaissance, say K2 members, come through, man. Like I don't know, like
Yeah, definitely.
But that's down to the future, if you plan
Mm-hmm.
on doing that. But that would be dope.
Yeah, that was going to be the plan this year or last year actually, but COVID happened. Like last year, we were supposed to travel all around because it's kind of weird, but like most of our clients, like most of the people in K2 were not from the US. So I was going to go travel around like other places and just have meetups with like, the rest of the K2 members. But this year I focused more on like pull in people from the US. So like we can actually have meetups out here, whenever COVID is dealt with, because I mean, obviously right now it's kind of hard to travel and stuff and everyone's kind of located on different parts of the world. So
Man, my mom is the manager, bro. So like,
oh yeah.
yeah, my mom is the manager at Delta. So if you need a ticket, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, just let me know. You got my Telegram, so I'm like, shoot, you can get first class if you want, bro. I'm connected to the airport, bro.
Yeah, that's tight, bro. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come visit. Where you at? You're in New York, or I know you're somewhere on the East Coast, right?
I'm in Atlanta,
Are you in
boy.
Atlanta? Damn, you're out there, huh?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in the Peach City.
Oh man, is it still
Yeah,
cold out there right now?
you wait, say that one more time.
Is it still cold out there right now?
Yeah, like man, the
Really?
weather's starting to get a little chilly, bro. But it's like shoot. I mean, the only thing I do is trade, take care of my daughter, and go work out, bro. So I don't know, like it's so weird. It was just warm the other week, and then it just got cold. I'm just like, what? Like Atlanta always got weird weather.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was wondering because like sometimes people will be like, "Oh, it's sunny out here," and some people will be like, "Man, it's cold out here. I gotta shovel snow and all that." I'm like, man,
Do you
uh,
like Las Vegas? Like, do you plan on staying out there?
I'm actually in California right now, but I'm planning on moving to Vegas maybe. So I'm thinking about either Vegas, Texas, or Arizona. I'm trying to get out of California because
Bro, I was just talking to my man's last night. He said Arizona and Texas is the move. Like, man, when I went to Texas, bro, like the weather out there was so clear. Like I was breathing the air like I've never breathed in air before in my whole entire life. I was there like I was like, what kind of air is this? Man, it's so spacious out there. People not minding your business. It's like I feel like Texas is like a state where like you have a like a girlfriend, and y'all like, man, you know what? Let's just say fuck life and like let's just go somewhere and just live our own dream relationship till we die old. I feel like Texas, that's the move, like for like relationship couples to get away from everybody.
Yeah, well, we used to have this guy in the group. I don't know if he's still in the group, but he was pretty active in K2 before. I think he got a normal job after COVID, so he had to sign off for a bit. But he was living out there too, like in the middle of nowhere, bro, like rural Texas, and he like barely had any internet connection. He's always getting disconnected. But he was saying him and his girl, they got like so much land there, and there's nobody around, so they just walk around naked, bro, wherever. I'm
Yeah,
like, what? I'm like, what? I was like, that's crazy.
Nice, you,
Yeah.
man. But I mean, like I travel, like bro, like I've been in Paris, I've been like over Euro. I mean, I know what all this COVID-19, but I mean, it's not stopping me. You feel me? I'm just trying to get on your level to where like, cause like 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 on my account, I've been building it. I was at like 800 and some dollars, but since I've been with you for a week, I flipped it. Now I'm at 2,100. So
Nice.
I'm practicing good risk management, not being greedy. Like, even though like good trades I call, I'm just like, okay, let me be humble. Let me not, you know, chew more than what my mouth, even though I could chew on a good day and be full, or extra full, but at the same time, I don't want it to backlash me. And then I have to go ahead and knock over all the little blocks I just build. You feel me? I'm
Exactly,
trying to get to
100%.
y'all level. Cause I be seeing these accounts, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've made over 8,000 like in a day, but it was really off of just, I'm not saying luck, but it was like a form of sense of gambling. So I'm just like, let me try to do it the right way and build up my foundation so that when the time hit and then I'll start making extra money, I can go ahead and like, up the lot size and be like, okay, even though if I do take an L, it'll be cool because I have enough capital to make that back. You feel me?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's exactly how I trade. Like I trade the same every day pretty much. And that's why when I take a loss, it doesn't really hurt me because I'm like, all right, I already had like 8 back-to-back wins like before that. So as long as you're using proper risk and using the proper lot size, when you have that one loss, it's kind of like, all right, this was bound to happen anyways, because we had, so many wins already that, it can only be good for so long until you end up taking that loss.
Right, man. I be seeing everybody. I see, and I was thinking, I was like, damn, maybe I should try to do that FTMO account. And I was just like, cause that makes sense. Cause like in my Hugo, I got like an extra like 1,500 that's just sitting in the account. I just have that just in case something happens to where, you know, but I'm like, shoot, I might as well go like do the little FTMO challenge and like, trying to make extra money to the side. Like I'm just trying to like just looking at just seeing how you trade, bro. Like it's really like just giving me ideas of like how to move. Cause I'm like, dang, I ain't think about like actually like I got 2 iPhones, bro. So while I'm trading on one phone, you gave me an idea to be like, okay, you can trade on another phone and like invest your money somewhere else. So I'm just like, I'm just trying to like, you're helping me build little ideas for myself.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like FTMO is not really like the end all be all for me. The FTMO is basically I'm making money off FTMO and I'm putting that money back into my personal account. And I'm also putting that money into like other stuff as well. So that, the money just keeps growing, bro. Like FTMO is just a vehicle for me. It's not really like I'm gonna be doing it forever. I'm doing it right now because I don't have a lot of like heavy cash for me to be trading, because the thing is with US 30, like I'm risking like a couple thousand a day, right? I'm risking a couple thousand to make a couple thousand. If this was my real account, I probably wouldn't be doing that because I'd be scared. But since it's not my money, it's like, all right, if I make some profit off this, I'm gonna do what I do, and if I make profit off it, so be it. If I lose money, it's cool because it's not really like I don't feel that pain where I'm losing like 5,000 a day, right? It's someone else's money. But if I do make profit from it, I'm like, all right, I'll take the profit. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it really messes with your emotions, bro. Like if you're losing like thousands of dollars a day, it's like, man, I could have done something with those thousands of dollars. But when it's someone else's money, yeah, you know, you kind of feel like you can do whatever you want. You're like, all right, well, if I lose this account, then you know he's gonna eat that loss, and I'll just go for another FTMO if that's the case. But for us, we have such a high win percentage that it's not that's never the case. Like it's never been a point where you lose like a funded account. Like I've never lost an FTMO funded account before. Probably never will because I'm good at the risk management. You know, I make sure I stay within the numbers so that I don't ever lose the account. Because the thing is, in reality, if you were to take every single trade that I call, you would have to lose like at least I think 33 back-to-back losses, and that should never happen. You know, not even with US 30, I don't think we ever had more than two back-to-back losses. So in reality, if you just take every trade and use proper risk, you're going to bounce back regardless. There's like no way that you can lose your account if you do it properly, like every single time. But that's the key. Like with a lot of people, it's hard to be consistent. You know, you start to get greedy. You start to think, oh, I can make more money if I up this lot size or if I take off my stop loss or something like that. And then one mistake and your account could just disappear like that, like
Right.
in thin air, basically.
I ain't even trying to do that, man. Cause I mean, like, shoot, like really, what messed me up was I went ahead and got 1,000. Like, I dropped 1,000. I was like, shoot, I split it in five. I put it in two different trading accounts. Man, that I took a UK. I was like, these cats on the London, they doing good. So that was the first trade, bro. That UK 100 almost blew my first $500. I was like, man,
Oh yeah.
damn. I was like, I'm finna just trade US 30 with Shawn. Like, no cap, bro. Like, you helped me flip my account because I was like, okay, so when I had $500 in one account, it like I took that UK trade. It took me down to like what, like one sum. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, nah, screw that. I took the one sum out that Hugo's Way account and just mashed it back to one of the basically the account that I had. So I was like around like it was like 150, it was like eight some, and then you helped me flip that account by me like practicing good risk management. So I'm just like, I'm at two bands, 100. I'm like, shoot, you feel me? Like I went ahead and put 1,500 back in there. So I'm like, shoot, should I put like 500 back in another trading account and trade with them cats on UK 100 and then still do this one with, I'm just coming up with ideas, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So the UK 100 trade, it's a good trade, but the problem with UK 100 is that it's still brand new, so it's risky because we haven't like it hasn't been back tested like I back tested US 30. Like for US 30, I went back like 5-10 years, bro. I like scrolled back as far as I can go, so I can get all the results to see how consistent it is. And I found out that like US 30 is pretty consistent over the years. Like it always comes up with at least like a 75 to like 85% win rate overall, like every year. So that's why I trust US 30 with like everything, bro. Like if I ever had to trade only one asset ever again, it'd only be US 30. But of course, the lending guys, they want to go and experiment and see what else is good. Obviously, like you mentioned, that trade's been hitting, and then all of a sudden last week it stopped hitting, right? So like it's still brand new. We're still trying to figure it out. So it is a little risky. If you're gonna trade that, then trade it with a smaller lot size. Don't go like super heavy on it because the way that they do it is a little different too. Like for me, I do a 1-to-1 risk to reward, so I have some cushion. But for them, they take a little bit of a tighter stop loss, so it's a little more riskier. Stop loss I think it's 200 to 600. So the ratio is good, but a lot of times you can easily get kicked out of the trade and then ends up shooting back in profit. So I like to have like a wider stop loss.
so they do the K2 momentum thing.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They pretty much do the same thing, but they do it during London Open. So instead of doing it during US session because it's a UK asset, they do it during a London session instead, which is midnight my time. I think that's 3 a.m. your time.
Okay. Okay. All of them are gonna go ahead and join up with you.
What was that, bro? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
They're gonna like, I remember you were saying like they was gonna get out there, they was gonna go ahead and get out there, like uh y'all was gonna take them out the chat and then put them all in one.
Oh yeah, yeah, because they had a separate chat for a while, and then since they just started calling the signals every day, I was like, you might as well just merge it into the the normal one where we're all at. So it's just easier because when there's like, I think right now we probably have like 7 chats, but we got way too many chats. So like, so I was like, bro, we gotta make this small. There's too many chats and people are getting lost. People are forgetting like where to check. So we all put it into the signals channel. So they send that, they still send that signal every night. Uh, but it's just it's at a different time. It's during a London session, which would be midnight our time. That's usually when I'm asleep, so they're usually in control like during that time. And then when we hit back for US session, that's when I hop on for the live stream.
Okay. Man, bro, I'm trying to be a I'm trying to be a full trader, man. Like, hopefully, like with this 2,000, bro. Like, I hope I told my boy I'm gonna try to flip it all the way to 100,000, bro.
You
And
could,
I'm
bro.
gonna
I mean,
like I'm gonna try, but
yeah.
only is like I'm gonna try doing it with you guys, and then not only just that, but I just don't. Me personally, bro, like I'm a trader as well too. I'm not better than you. I know that for a fact. But what I'm saying is like I am trying to like not just depend on you guys and just like like it's cool like to take signals and all that, but it's good to learn how to trade for yourself because it's just like you know if you could give a man a fish or you could train a man to fish for himself. So at the same time I'm taking everything. I'm not like I want to learn, and at the same time while I'm learning I'm making money at the same time. But I could like in the future, who knows, I might be able to give assistance and help you guys out later down the road if that comes
Oh
apart.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that's basically like I'm not sure if you sat in on the other session where we had like the back test group, but we got a little group of people, like about 5 people in K2. They're just like you, they're normal K2 members, but they've been following the strategy themselves. So what they've been doing is they've been using the indicators to create their own strategy. So like they create their own strategies. We have a meetup probably like once a week or once a month or a couple times a month where they'll meet with me and they'll be like, hey Shawn, like, I figured out the strategy. Can you tell me what can I change with it? So they're creating their own strategies using these same indicators. And then I'm going over there and I'm just pretty much cleaning it up for them. And then once it becomes good, then we introduce it to everyone else, basically. So that's kind of like what the London group's doing. They created their own strategy using the momentum indicator. And then I'm just hopping in to clean it up, tell them what needs to be changed, how can we make that better and stuff like that. So that's basically, what you've been mentioning as well. Just, learn how to use the indicators. And then once you learn how to use them, then you can start creating your own stuff as well. Because like in reality, these indicators are pretty universal. The momentum indicators. The reason I created these indicators is that they cover all aspects of technical trading that you really need. Like for one, you can identify momentum. You know which direction a price is going and which way to trade by using these vertical lines right here. And then on top of that, you got the trend meter right here. If you want to look at what the trends, what's the trend for that specific time period. If you want to change the time zones, you can. Time frames, it could be like the 10-minute. If you want to scalp, it'll be the lower time frames. If you want to do like the intraday, you can change it to the middle time frames. And if you want to swing trade, you could do it like on the daily, weekly, monthly, stuff like that. So pretty much all these indicators cover something that needs to be addressed with trading. So like depending on how you want to apply these, there's a ton of different ways to use it. So I think like for you specifically, it'd probably just come with like practice, bro. Like literally, you just got to use the strategies, see which one you like, and then you can make little changes to them to create your own strategy. That's pretty much what everyone else is doing as well. Um, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how I created these indicators. I created them to cover like any issue with trading. Like generally, if you have a strategy, you can run it by me, and then I can tell you what's wrong with it. Like say you created your own strategy, right? Using the indicators, and then you end up hitting stop loss like a bunch of times, and you're like, man, I don't know what's going on. So we can hop on this one-on-one session, and then I can look at your strategy and see what can be changed. Because usually, every strategy works. There's no right or wrong strategy. It's just figuring out solutions to it. So if you have a strategy and it starts running into some issues, there's always like some little changes you can make to it. And that's basically like what K2 is turning into. Like we're turning into like a community where people are just creating their own strategies using the indicators that I develop. So, do you know what strategy like works best for you yet, or are you still like playing around with them?
Bruh, like I did Fibonacci. I went from Fibonacci. I think we was remember not too long ago we was talking about the Ichimoku cloud.
Mm-hmm.
I did try to do the Ichimoku cloud. Um, just a whole bunch of bullshit, bro. so,
Yeah, no, I feel you.
so it was just like, man, I was just like, man, like right now, the only thing I'm doing right now, I'm like trying to wake up early in the morning, even earlier, so I could come on with you guys early in the morning. But then I'm just like, like say for instance, like, maybe one day you just feel like you don't feel like doing it that day. I'm like, okay, well, I learned how to use the K2. I can learn how to do it for myself. And then shoot, like you come on the next day, be like, hey, like I'm here to assist you. Cause I know you're not gonna be on every day, bro. I mean, you do, because that's your choice. So I'm very grateful for you helping me, like for real, and everybody on K2 family. But I just know like you gonna have your own personal life. Like, one day you might try to like, like shit, bro. You feel me? Like, like, bro, I'm probably out with my girl today, or you probably sick or something happened. Not every day. I'm just trying to like not lean on just depending on people.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, the K2, man, that's the only thing I got right now, or trying to learn. And it's pretty easy from what I see. Just following the momentum, and then I can use it to like the other trades, like market structure, like seeing like level support resistance. Like shit, that's really about it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, like there's a lot of different ways to do it. But yeah, if you learn a strategy, you could pretty much just trade it yourself. Like you said, you're trying to hit like 100K this year. It's very possible, bro. Cause like the thing is, if you just trade like how I do, cause all I do is I trade US 30 once a day. And then I do the 4 hour strategy, the K2SR strategy for Forex. So like in reality, bro, if you look at all the results from like this year or from last year, actually, if you look at the results from last year, like you could have made a lot just trading those trades. Like right here, all the Forex trades from last year, if you were to take every single trade, you could have locked in like nearly 200K if you're trading a standard lot. So
Damn.
like that's just Forex, right? That's just Forex. And then you want to add in indices, which is the daily US 30, which is what I'm doing. You could have locked in another 100K right here if you're trading a mini lot, a 0.10. So it's possible, bro. It's really possible as long as you stay consistent and you just stick to like, certain strategies. Cause like for me, I only use two strategies. There's only two strategies I use every day. For every Forex signal, I use the K2SR strategy. And then for US 30 in the morning, that's the only strategy I trade in the morning as well. So the thing is, if you just stay consistent, don't get greedy, and then you just keep increasing your lot size as you go, you could easily lock in like a lot of profit just doing that, compounding your account and just, seeing it fly from that point. Like, cause that's my goal for this year. My goal for this year is to just stick with these two strategies and not touch anything, bro. That's all I'm going to do. Just those two strategies.
Hey, me, bro. Like I might have to get my unemployment is going to run out in 6 weeks. I've been, bro. I swear I've been milking unemployment like crazy for like almost a whole year now. But them folks telling me I only got like 6 weeks left for them to come in. So I might apply for a job like at Amazon, just so the money could come in so I could pay for my little bullshit. Because I'm not trying to touch out my Hugo's Way account. I'm really just trying to save and let it build. Like that's the whole goal. Not such like, you know. And then shoot, hopefully, I was saying maybe during the summertime I might, if everything goes good, take a break, go to Dubai. Goddamn, rent a Lamborghini.
Live that life.
Like rent a Lamborghini, But and Godspeed, bro. Like the only thing, if it works out through, if it comes out through, man, that's gonna be the move for me. But The whole objective is not to touch the money. Just let it sit and grow and grow and grow. Like, bro, like my whole thing is this. Like I had like 2 bands, like the 2 bands I have in there now. I'm like, shoot, every 1,000 is at a 0 point or add an extra number. Like, okay, 1,000, 0.01. All right, 2,000, 0.02. 3,000, and then work
Exactly.
up that way. But shoot, even sometimes I get a little greedy, bro. I might add in that 0.03. You know,
Yeah, no.
and boy, it's crazy because I forgot the spread. I'm like, damn, man, US 30 spread like hitting like
Crazy.
197.
Yeah, because you enter it and you'll be in the negative. You'll be like, damn, I'm in negative already.
Yeah, I'm like, shoot, I checked UK 100 spread and it's like 77. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But I was like, damn, like there was even one day like I saw the spread go up on US 30. They hit the thing hit like 300. So I'm just like, like shoot, let me just be humble, take little baby steps. Even if I make $100 a day, I'm cool with it. I'm like, shoot, I'm not greedy because as the money stack, the empire grow.
Exactly, 100%. That's the goal, bro. It's really about growing that account because the thing is, you're gonna feel way more accomplished if you start with like 1,000 and then you come back to this like a couple months later and you're like, damn, this 20,000. You're like, I did that, And it's very possible. You just got to stay consistent with your trades, and not really. Well, what I recommend is don't look at the profits, bro. Just focus on winning trades. If you focus on not losing and you just keep stacking up these wins and don't look at the profits, you're going to be surprised like how much profit you can make once you stop focusing on the money. Because once you focus on the money, you start to get greedy, right? That's when greed comes in. Because you're like, yeah, I could have made an extra 1,000 or I could have made an extra 100. But if you're just focusing on not losing, those wins just keep stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. And then by the end of the week, end of the month, end of the year, you're gonna be like, damn, this account really grew because I was like more focused on not losing rather than trying to cop an extra $100 off like this one trade. Because in some situations, I'm sure you've done it before, where like you get close to TP, and then you should have moved your stop loss, in profit, but then you're like, nah, I want to go for those extra 2 pips, and then all of a sudden it just jumped versus on.
That thing just dropped on you, and you're like, what the fuck,
Exactly.
man? Hey, if I feel like if nobody experienced that, they're no true trader. Like for real. If you have not experienced that, you're come on, bro. You're not trading. Because man,
Exactly.
like, bro, like I've seen successful traders literally say they lost $1 million in this market, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Before they actually started making money, bro.
Yeah, bro, same here. I mean, I didn't lose that much because like I mentioned earlier, I didn't start taking big risk until I found an FTMO because I'm not trying to lose like a couple $1,000 a day. I'm like, man, that's gonna hurt me. I'm gonna feel that. So for like back then, I probably lost like maybe close to like 50K total. Like my whole trading
Damn.
career, like that's just total. A lot of it happened in the beginning, like probably the first year, 2 years, I probably lost 10, 20K. And then maybe the next year I lost another 10K. And then from that point, I was like, man, I got to learn this shit. So I started being more consistent. I started using proper risk management. I stopped, chasing trades basically. Cause I was always like, if I see a big spike up, I'm like, now I'm gonna hop in this buy, I'm gonna hop in this sell. And then as soon as you enter that, it reverses right on you. And I'm like, damn, okay, the market's manipulated. Now I know how it works. So it just comes with time, bro. Like I lost a lot of money my first 3 years, and then I made it all back like probably like my 5th year, probably like in 1 month. And I was like, damn, this is possible. Like now I just gotta stay consistent and I just gotta stop getting greedy and look at the bigger picture. Cause that's what it really
Wait,
is.
you made all your losses back in 1 month?
Yeah, 1 month.
Oh,
It was like
damn.
one, it was
That
like
shit
one
sound
good
good.
month. Yeah, it was one good month where I didn't have any losses because I was focused on just moving my stop loss and profit so that every trade was almost like guaranteed win. And then it was just a good month where he just kept hitting back to back to back. And I was like, damn, I made all my money back. And I was like, I'm never going back to how I was trading before. So that's when it kind of opened my eyes and I was like, all right, I got to figure out how to do this consistently. And, that's pretty much what I've been teaching you guys every day, like during the live sessions. It's all about risk management. That's what it really is. Because you can apply any strategy you want. The real key is if you're using proper risk management, because whenever you lose, the lose should never affect you. If you're using proper risk, you should be cool because you're going to bounce back. But some people like to over leverage, like they'll use proper risk management for like 5 trades. It'll be like, all right, I'm good, good, good. And like they feel too confident, too big headed. And on 6 trade, they're like, I'm gonna double up, triple up, and then they end up losing, right? So they lose all the money they made prior, and they're like, damn, if they use proper risk, they could have ate that loss and they just kept going on because then, it's another streak from that point.
Man, Shawn, like I tell you, man, like I'm cool with just even if I make $100 in one day, I'm cool. Even though everybody be posting, oh yeah, I made my 5,000. Okay, I'm okay with my $100. I'm okay. Oh, I made my 3,000. Okay, I'm cool with my $100. I'm cool. Like, bro, like I'm gonna be there with you guys posting that soon. Like, I feel like everybody issue is like okay, dealing with all my friends, like I tell them about trading, but they don't know like the full whole philosophy of it. Like, they might say, oh yeah, he made money. Oh yeah, he made money, which is true. Don't get me wrong. You could go ahead and hit your home run. But then if you inbred this in your soul, if you do this as your tradition, as like something, this is what you want to do, like you have a passion and love for it, then you understand like, okay, it's more to just making money. It's almost like this is like a life. This is like a whole new form of life. Like you have to go through trials and tribulations. You have to bust your ass. You have to take a couple wounds. And just because you get licked real hard don't mean that you stop, bro. Like it's like this, like one thing I heard is not like how hard you can hit, but it's like how hard you can get hit and like keep on pushing. Like how much can you keep going forward even through your losses after loss after loss. So they don't understand that concept because they just look at, oh yeah, he made it. Oh shit, he made 2,000. Okay, yeah, that's good that we approach people and you be like, oh yeah, come make the money. But like, this is like trading is almost like a whole new form of religion. It's like concept that goes with it. So I'm in that uh proximity of understanding that, okay, it's like don't look at the next man, just collect your little breadcrumbs, and as you go, then you could be that man. But as for right now, just be humble. Be humble. It's not about making a quick buck. It's just about just not falling off the horse. And even if you do fall off that horse, get back on that horse and keep galloping. You know, it took me a minute, man. Cause I'm gonna be real with you, bro. When I came into the game, bro, like my first couple trades, I was like, why have I not been trading? Like my first trade, bro, I made 8,000. So I came up in the game so fucked up because I'm thinking this shit easy as fuck, bro. I made the money and then I lost that shit right back. I'm just like, okay, even though I lost it, I know I can make it. But bro, I swear to you, like my first year, bro, like I've been getting my ass whooped. Like the market been whooping my ass. Like there's been days like I was like, yeah, there's been days. Oh yeah, I remember my one day, bro. I made 5,000 off of Bitcoin in 2 hours. I was happy, bro. I'm shouting, screaming like this shit easy, da 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 da. And then as the week goes by, you get greedy and you think you big hitting, you think you the shit. Then the market have to like humble you, whoop your ass, and put you back in place and tell you, don't think you run this big dog, because I'll humble you real quick. The market will humble me. So like now I'm to the point to where I'm cool with making my $50 or $100 a day. And after when I make that market, bro, I turn the computer off and go do something else. Because the more I look at that screen is the more I want to hop on and try to make some more money. And even if I do make money, it's all cool, but I don't even care. Cause it's all in the mind, bro. I'd be like, man, I'm off this shit. I'm cool with my $100. I'm out. You feel me?
Exactly. Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Because you'll see a lot of people that post profits. They'll post profits for like a week, maybe a month, and then all of a sudden they just disappear, bro. And you're like, what the fuck happened? And then they come back like, oh, I took a break. But we know that that person blew their account.
Yeah.
It always happens, bro. Always happens.
Man, look, hey, just for people who out here, man, if you watching this, man, just don't give up, bro. Cause man, it's like you have to lose in order to win. I'm
Exactly.
even starting my daughter. She wakes up in the morning. She's like, Daddy, what is that? She see the green. I was like, green means buy, red means sell. So I'm even starting my daughter. She's 4. So it's
Got it.
like a family thing you can pass on if you choose, and
Yeah, exactly. And I'm the same way too. I
make
was
them.
like, I don't have any kids right now, but I'm like, when I do have kids, I'm gonna let them do whatever they want. But if they don't find what they want to do, they're gonna learn how to trade. Like no matter what, they're gonna have something to do at
Right.
that point.
I dropped out of school, bro. Like I was going to Georgia State University, and I dropped out of that shit, dog. I dropped out of it. I was like, man, this not for me. Like bro, I kid you not. All I had was 18 more credits, and I would have graduated. You know. And then it's like when I had my daughter, I was like, damn, I had to go to work. I was like, man, pump this. So really, like, bro, trading is really all I really have. Is like my key to get the hell out of this hellhole.
Exactly. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it's the same situation for me too. Like I was going to school for a long time. I did finish school. I think I told you I became an attorney, and I was like, man, this shit is not for me, bro. It was stressful. I was like, it was cool and all, but maybe it was just the place I was working at that was stressing me out. But ever since I got really good at trading, I was like, man, there's no point in me going back to work. I might as well just get on this trading thing, master it, and then pretty much pass it on to you guys because that's really what I'm trying to do with K2. Like a lot of people think that I'm doing K2 because I'm trying to sell a course, but in reality, I'm just trying to leave a legacy, bro. I'm trying to people to remember me for like teaching them how to trade, because I feel like I'm making an impact on people, and it doesn't cost me nothing to really teach people because I'm gonna be trading anyways, so I might as well just teach you guys while I'm trading, and it's just a win-win for all of us, pretty much.
Right. You could have been that person to be like, yep, hey, post that Instagram, like, what the hell is this man driving? See you in your new Bugatti. You're like, what? Nah, I ain't gotta show y'all nothing, but I'm grateful, bro. Like I made way more money with you than being on this IML team. I kid you not, bro. I was on this team, bro, and like even though they was like posting trades, they just kept telling me, "Oh, go recruit, go." I don't want to recruit people. I just want to learn how to trade, bro. I really don't care about recruiting people. That's all. That's all they would do. And I was like, man, like it's to the point like I put my foot and I was like, I'm not recruiting nobody. What you gonna do? I done already paid. What you gonna do? You gonna kick me off the team? I just want to learn how to trade. So like I made more money. It's crazy. I made more money like with you, like than with them. Like for real. All they tell you is recruit, recruit. They show you all these videos and go trade. But with you, it's like shoot, US 30, they like, don't get me wrong. There's some people who know how to trade as well too on the team, but it's just like, it's just like that. It's just that whole recruiting shit. I'm not for it. Like, there's some people that's good at recruiting. There's some people that's good at both of them. Me personally, I'm not the type of person like to try to go. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good to help people if they want to learn how to trade. But like, if it was my friend, I'm not gonna be like, oh, come pay this monthly thing, and if I know how to teach them, I'll teach them. Like no cap, I had 2 people that hit me up today, and I was like, shoot, I'm gonna just invite them in your group chat, and then if they feel it, if they like it, because people like the bullshit, bro. Like if you really want to trade, bro, like seriously, bro, like let me see if you buy it. You come to the group chat, all right, cool. You know, he does this thing where he's helping you out for free. And if you want to take it on to the next level, you can pay a subscription, add more level to your game. It's all how you choose. So, it's just like I ain't got time for people because a lot of people bullshit. I'm just like, bro, I'm just down. But if it come down time to it, like if I was in your level of helping people, shit, why not? The fuck? Shit, I'm already almost, I mean, I don't know your business, but I'm already like almost close to being filthy rich. I don't give a fuck. you
Exactly.
know,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
because once you get down to trading, bro, it's really unlimited, bro. Because you could trade all day, 24 hours if you really wanted to. But like we mentioned, you can't get greedy, So like for now, just keep it steady, just keep growing that account, and then eventually, you could always up that lot size, or you can trade different sessions too. It's really up to you. But yeah, it's definitely a lifelong skill, bro. It's something you could pass on to your kids. You can teach your parents if they really wanted to learn. I mean, they probably don't want to do it because it's all this work, but you know, it's definitely something that you can pass on and teach to other people. You know, family, friends, all that pretty much. And there's enough profit to go around. Like a lot of people feel like there's only so much profit out there and they don't want to teach people and they're like, they want to keep it to themselves. But I'm like, bro, this is like $1 trillion market. You know, I'm cool with taking my like 100,000 here and you guys keep the rest of the trillion. And then I keep going with that. But yeah, man, definitely, bro. Yeah, I just checked the clock, but it's about to be 2. I forgot I got another session coming up, so I'm probably gonna have to sign off for a bit. But you know, it was good talking to you, bro. We should definitely do this again soon.
Man, you already know, man. Thank you for helping me, bro.
Yeah, definitely, bro. All right, cool. So I'm gonna get off this, and then I'll probably catch you in the chat later.
All right, man. Thank you, man. I'm gonna come for tomorrow. Hop on the next trading tonight, man. Just just wish me luck on this practicing this risk management, man.
Definitely, bro. You got it,
Sure.
man. Let me know if you got any
Anybody else,
questions.
I'll go ahead and invite to the group chat, and then I'm gonna like when I get back on social media, man. I'm gonna help promote you as well. Like
Definitely,
shoot,
bro.
let these folks know what's going on, so you can get your like rank up on your team, bro.
100%,
That's
man.
that's
Appreciate
the
that.
move.
That's the move, man. That's the move. We gonna own 2021, bro.
Yes, sir. Let's get to the money,
2021 is about
baby.
to be crazy. All
Hell yeah. All right,
right,
man.
man. Talk to you soon.